Okay, hi everyone, and this one kind of mainly for David Shear, but it'll be relevant to anybody who wants to run socialpilot as I do. Okay, lots of different questions. You can see the post on the Easy Marketing Gold group. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do, he says post not appearing, blah blah blah, and all this kind of stuff that's going on with it. Okay, so I'm going to take you into socialpilot and show you two different ways that I handle posts. So I'm going to go into socialpilot. This is the socialpilot account. It's fairly quiet at the moment because people have slowed down on the number of articles they're placing into the network, etc. That's absolutely fine. So you can see we've still got plenty of capacity, etc. So inside socialpilot, David, you were asking about, you're probably trying to do like manual posts or something. You might be creating a post like this and you want to put in loads of stuff in. I would advise you not even bother. It's not worth doing. Okay, and the best way to do these posts is one of two ways. Number one, okay, you need to go to the feeds. Okay, and you can add a feed if you wish to. I'm not going to add a feed, I'm just going to manage mine, but you can add a feed. Okay, so I'm going to show you inside the feed. So here's the GQ Central feed, and we'll go in and edit it. Okay, so here's the nickname it's got. Okay, it takes the feed URL, quite simply, gqcentral/feed. Okay, and the post type is image. Okay, I make sure that I've got image clicked. Okay, and I check this feed for new posts every 6 hours. Okay, we can check it every hour if we want to. I just do it every 6 hours, and it'll bring in the newer feeds that have been done. Well, you can see we can bring in 5 posts at a time. Okay, every 6 hours. And then we append a hashtag to each message. So anytime I pull in a feed, it's either going to put GQ Central at the end of it, Easy Network at the end of it, or Easy Marketing at the end of it. Okay, and you can see they will put 2 hashtags, okay, from the list of hashtags you've got here onto your posts. Okay, and you can kind of see that if we go into Twitter, my Twitter account, and let's find one with GQ Central. So this is one that's come from here, and you can see exactly what it does. Okay, it just takes the title of the post, it gives you the link to the post, and a couple of hashtags. Okay, but the best thing of all, it's bringing in the featured image all the time. Okay, and it's the images that really make a difference for things like Twitter, Facebook. If you've got a really good image, something that'll be clickbait or whatever it is, it'll work far better in socialpilot than anything else. Okay, so that's the RSS section. That's exactly how it does it. It takes the title, okay, and we can tell you it's the title because if we click on it, and I'm sorry if we're running a little bit at it, so here we go. Okay, so this is, it takes the title, okay, it takes the featured image, and it just sticks a couple of hashtags, and that's as much as you need. Okay, but the image is important. Okay, now that's the automated way of doing it. You just go to content and feeds, add your feed, put it in, do the settings as you want to do them. Okay, or the second way is that socialpilot has a Chrome extension. Okay, you can see here. And so if I go to one of the newer posts I've done lately, let's see where a newer post is. So that one has probably been covered anyway, but let's take, okay, this one's come from Oldicom. Alright, so we can actually go to this Oldicom article that we've done. Okay, and the manual way of doing it is that I use the Chrome extension. Okay, it's got so we'll click it and it comes up and it's got access to this site, and this is how it comes up in socialpilot. Okay, so again, it takes the title, okay, it takes the URL, and then you can add a couple of hashtags to it. So in this one it's got temporary hearing loss, so we can do hearing loss hashtag Could simply, you know, could be just iPods, because it's to do with iPods, and it's got, well, a couple of hashtags is enough. You don't need any more than a couple, really. Okay, but because this one is on Oldecom, I'm going to do Oldecom a favor. I'm going to put a third one called Oldecom. All right. Now this is the original. This is how it comes originally. All right. Now, on some of the platforms, it will show exactly as it does here. Okay. But a lot of the times on many of the platforms, it doesn't show like this. Okay. So we need to adjust it. And the best way to adjust it is to say, okay, well, we don't want this. We're going to select an image. Okay, and you need to do it twice. So now it's going to do this image with this information. Okay. So let's have a quick look at the various bits that we can do. Okay, so on Facebook. Now, if you try and post that piece of text into more than one Facebook account at a time, or a group, or a page, if you try and do it on more than one at a time, Facebook looks at it and goes, that is duplicate content. You're obviously trying to manipulate it. You shouldn't do it. Okay, so on Facebook, we get rid of that, and we simply feed to Facebook the link and the hashtags. Nothing more. Okay, that's as much as we want to do it. Okay. On Twitter will accept this, but on socialpilot, it will only select one Twitter account at a time. You cannot select more than one Twitter account. Okay. LinkedIn, pretty much exactly the same. You can do the same thing, and it will post to more than one LinkedIn at a time. Okay. And on the GMB section, okay, to get the GMB, I don't know why that's doing that. Okay, so on the GMB one, okay, you need to click on this little call to action that normally goes to a GMB. So you click on that. Call to action is learn more, and you can see the link for that button goes straight back to the URL in the first place. Okay, so let's just show you again, and we'll apply it. And then it's just a matter of selecting your accounts. Okay, so we're going to do Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, GMB. Okay, it does not do Pinterest. It does not do Tumblrs from here. Well, it does do Tumblr actually, and it will do Pinterest. Okay, but it'll be exactly the same. It'll just be the URL, and then you may get a few hashtags. All right. So let's do the Twitter one. I want to select this Twitter one, and I'm going to select one. You can only select one. Once you select one, you can see they all go grayed out. Okay, so that's my one Twitter account I'm going to use. I'm going to use a load of Tumblrs. Okay, so we've got about 34 Tumblrs we're running in here. I'm going to run it on a Facebook Blitz, okay, which takes us up to 53. Okay. We're going to run it across the GMB group, which now we're up to 76. And if you still look at everything that's been selected, okay, all the Tumblrs, all that kind of stuff, you're still going to find that you'll have a few left. Okay, so let's stick it into, select it. Let's select the Pinterest account. I'm going to select another GMB we've got here. I'm going to select the limited strategy GMB as well, and now you can see that there's a couple of Facebook accounts and a couple of other things that we can also do. Let's stick it into, I'll tell you what, let's stick it into my LinkedIn. Okay, so we're up to 80 accounts now that this will go out of. Okay, so here's the original. Here's Facebook without any kind of text whatsoever. Twitter will take it, LinkedIn will take it, GMB will take it, and now we go ahead and we can either add it to the queue and let the queue use it, or we can post it immediately. Okay, so I'm just going to click share now, and that's it. That post has now gone out, or will go out, to 80 different social media accounts, and that's it. It can't get any simpler than that. I don't actually run in here on the post. I don't go in and create a post. I don't put a load of stuff in. I hardly ever use this. Okay, the only time I ever use this is if I want to use something like curated content. Okay, and it'll go and look for, okay, so we've already put curated, it's all down to marketing, so we can choose one of these. Okay, and what we don't do is add it to the queue. We actually go and edit the posts. This is the only time I will ever use the manual posting side of things. Okay, and that, my friends, is that. I hope it explained it to you, and I'll see you again soon.